All right, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Dr. Jeff Moore here, currently serving as the CEO of ICE, lead faculty for cervical and lumbar spine divisions. Wonderful to be here on New Year's Eve for the New Year's Eve address, and always wonderful to be here on Leadership Thursday and, of course, Gut Check Thursday. What's up, Instagram over here? What's up, Facebook down here? Pretty sure I can see everybody and the associated comments. So first of all, first things first, right? Holiday or no holiday, the fitness goes on. So let's cover Gut Check Thursday. Alan popped it up on the website last night. So we've got an AMRAP 7 minutes, okay? And that's going to be 12 hang dumbbell snatches, 50-35. Okay, so we're going to deadlift that from the floor, bring it to waist height, and then we're going to drop down to our knee and then pull that up above the head, lock out the elbow. Okay, so we've got 12 hang dumbbell snatches, and then we've got 12 ab mat sit-ups, and you're going to be going back and forth between those 12 and 12 for 7 minutes, accumulating as much work as possible. Okay, now you're going to mark down your rounds and reps, and then you're going to rest for 3 minutes. As soon as that's over, you're then going to repeat the amount of work you did in that AMRAP for time. Okay, so if you got through, that would be a lot. If you got through 5 rounds, right, in a few reps, you've now got that amount of work to complete for time. Of course, the idea being how close can you get to that same 7 minutes on that second go around. So give that a shot. Let us know how it goes. As always, tag us, hashtag IceTrain and at IcePhysio. Team, 2020 is wrapping up. First thing I want to say before we jump into it is thank you. Right, thank you for all the support. This community has been massively supportive. I know we haven't been on the road as much this year for obvious reasons. We have been out there, smaller class sizes, different style, but you all were here in the community, right? You were here on the show. You were all over the place on social media. You engaged in our email campaigns. Like, I feel like if anything, we grew together as a group, as a larger community organization. It was a very, very positive vibes in this sort of world throughout what was an incredibly challenging year. So thank you so much for all the support. And I think we can all say we all got a bit stronger, right? I mean, say what you will about 2020, and there's a lot of things you can say about it. It was tough, and when you do tough things, you get stronger. There's no avoiding that. Doesn't even really matter how you handle it, right? You got through it. You did the work. Right, we are all going into 2021 a little bit stronger, a little bit different animal. Right, we're squaring up to next season better. Right, and ready to rock and roll. Been a heck of a year, been hard, been emotional, but we all powered through, and now we're ready to rock for the next season. So I don't have a lot more to say about 2020 because, as always on this address, I want to focus on next season. So every year, I try to challenge our profession a bit to think about really sighting in our lens. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Happy New Year! And getting that scope dialed in as the clock turns, as the calendar page flips, and get dialed in for that next year. And this year, I really want to encourage our profession to embody this phrase, right? Because it's so frustrating to keep hearing, that we don't know what we do or nobody knows what we do, and we haven't rallied around that yet. And there's so many different ideas or perceptions of what our role is. And I really, at least from our perspective, want to encourage folks that we manage symptoms to maximize fitness, right? Let's keep it simple in 2021. That's our jam. We manage symptoms to maximize fitness. Now, there's a couple really important things about this sentence, right? The first one is the term manage. Right? We're not saying eliminate. We're not saying you have to get rid of someone's symptoms perfectly. We do need to modulate symptoms and address them. Right? This is one of the very unique things that we bring to bear in this space. A lot of folks will say, how are you different than personal trainers, or how are you different than strength and conditioning coaches, especially in the ICE world where fitness is definitely forward? We hear that a lot, and it's a bit frustrating because two things that jump out are very obvious. I mean, the first one is our ability to differentially diagnose sinister issues from musculoskeletal origin. Make no mistake about it, the most important thing you say on day one of your eval for most patients is, the good news is, right? I don't think anything serious is going on here, right? I really do think we're dealing with musculoskeletal pain, right? I really do think we can manage this here. The good news is the ability to say that is incredibly impactful on that human, right? That's what really changes that expectation, takes away that worry, allows people to put that to bed and dial in on moving forward. That is hugely powerful. The other thing we offer that I think should jump right off the page is we are able to very effectively decrease somebody's pain, right? We are incredibly good at reducing musculoskeletal pain. And there's so much value to that, yet we've shamed ourselves away from doing it. We've shamed ourselves away from embracing it. Well, I'm here to say today, and I'm here to say going into next year, it is okay to decrease somebody's pain. It is okay for somebody to want their pain decreased. It is okay. I'm going to go further. It is okay to do interventions that solely decrease somebody's pain, that you don't expect in and of themselves to have a long-term benefit. Because decreasing pain does so many things that are so positive, that create such fertile ground to be able to bring in the heavy hitters. Decreasing pain decreases pain inhibition. When you have really bad back pain, how are your transverse abdominis and lumbar multifidus firing? They're not. When you have really bad neck pain, how are your deep neck flexors activating? They're not. When your knee is all jacked up, painful, and swollen, how's the VMO? It's not working, right? When you have pain in these different areas, you have a lot of muscular inhibition. If our primary goal is to bring fitness to bear, if our primary goal is to challenge that muscular system in order to elevate all the different human health benefits that come along with doing so, how are we going to do that if it's inhibited? It's extremely important that we take the edge off somebody's system to make sure the muscles that we want to load are active and effective. Decreasing somebody's pain decreases pain inhibition. Decreasing somebody's pain significantly decreases fear. Right? When people are in pain, they think something is wrong. They're afraid to use the area. They're fearful. People who are fearful don't dive into fitness. Right? People who are fearful don't load themselves aggressively. They don't achieve high intensity. They're terrified. Right? When you reduce someone's pain from an 8 to a 3, when they realize, wow, if we're able to decrease my pain that quickly, right, here in this room, it can't be that big of a deal, right? When they begin to realize they can modulate that pain, when you address their pain, that fear diminishes. When fear diminishes and muscles turn back on and expectations increase, this creates really fertile ground for the heavy hitters, for behavioral change, right? For the development of fitness, for the addressment of these cardiometabolic issues in spaces. That is what creates the ability to bring on the big levers, which comes to the second part of the sentence, right? We manage symptoms for all those reasons, and let's do it proudly, right? Let's do it proudly. It's okay that we decrease people's pain. That's not something to be ashamed of. That's a very unique thing that we bring to bear in the space that is exactly what creates the fertile ground to develop that fitness, which moves to the second half of the sentence. And notice the way the sentence is structured, right? We manage symptoms to maximize fitness. It is the first one for the second one, right? That order matters. We are managing symptoms to enable us to develop fitness. The second one is the priority. The data this year did not show that more people who had knee pain died of COVID. That isn't what the data showed. People are debating a lot of things about COVID. There's a lot of healthy debate going on out there in that space. One thing nobody is debating is the role of comorbidities and of obesity in particular. That nobody's debating, right? Those things being on board significantly increase your susceptibility to mortality with this virus. The United States urgently needs to get our metabolic house in order. It is a national emergency. That is, I cannot imagine that could be looked at in any other way. Our vulnerability that's been talked about for years finally got exposed in the absolute worst way, right? COVID, if there's ever been a physical therapy bat symbol, COVID is our bat symbol. We have two parallel problems. We have a pain problem in the United States. I don't think anybody debates that. We've been having great conversations on Twitter the past couple days about the absolutely explosive rate of pain in this country. We have a pain problem in this country. We have a cardiometabolic health problem in this country. I don't think anybody debates those two. If there's ever been time for a profession that has the skill set to manage symptoms, to maximize fitness, if there's ever been a dire need for people who can bring that to offer, it is today, it is now, it is this year, right? We have got to leverage those two things together in order to embrace them both, appreciate the priority, appreciate the structure, but come to 2021 with that mindset. We've got to reach the population with it, right? That's the last piece. Once we've embraced that managing pain to maximize fitness is what we have to do for all of the above aforementioned reasons. We've got to finally make the shift to telling the public about it, right? It's been an area that we've struggled so much, right? We really tend to be trying to outcompete each other, right? Or spending more time in professional dialogue than public-facing dialogue. With all due respect, our peers don't need to hear this message, right? Our peers do not need to hear that we can decrease their pain, that we can get that edge of their cervicogenic headache off from an 8 to a 3 so they can achieve that high intensity, that we can get those arm symptoms centralized so they can press overhead, so we can create the environment where we can challenge the system to make a more robust human being. By more robust, I mean less vulnerable. Our peers don't need to hear that. People need to hear that. We've got to go into 2021 with that message and make it public facing. We need to reach the population with a fitness forward message. And I'm begging you to use us, right? Share Gut Check Thursday, right? Get everybody in your town doing it. If you didn't watch Julie Brower's Instagram story, Julie, I hope you were able to put that on your page or something because the story's going to vanish, but I hope that lives somewhere. Running around town in Charlotte, getting people, random people, to knock out the 15 burpees, right, during our 35-minute gut check last week, that's the kind of stuff, team. Like, let's get out there and just put it right in people's faces. Make it fun. Show them they can fall in love with this too. Let's bring this right to the population. Share Gut Check Thursday. Share Julie's modifications for inpatient, right? Share Hump Day Hustling. We are going to include more and more resources that are patient-facing in Hump Day Hustling. We're already trying to get infographics in there and things that we think are shareable, but we're going to make it more and more of a point that one bullet point from that email every single week is something you can turn and put right on Facebook and Instagram and put it right out to your public-facing population, and they can get a lot of value from it. But use that stuff. Other resources that you need to convince the public that they can and should make the shift, hit us up and let us know what those are. We've got a lot of resources now that we can develop this stuff. Let us know what you need to help your population realize all that they can be. In 2021, we are going to rip the vulnerability label off the chest of the United States. There's never been a better time. People know they have to do it. It was something they used to talk about. People are dying now really, really quickly in really, really big numbers. And it's driven by one thing that we can change. Do not kid yourself. You have to get them out of pain before they're going to do it. Nobody in 9 out of 10 pain jumps into fitness. We need to be willing to celebrate the fact that we can manage symptoms. We need to do it in the lens of developing fitness. We need to understand the priority, we need to understand the structure, and we need to understand the why. The why this year has been laid bare. Everybody knows it. Let them use us, right? Let them know what we can do. Get public facing, be fitness forward, manage symptoms to build fitness. Team, let's have a monster season. We're all coming out of a tough one. We've all lost loved ones. I've lost loved ones in my family. I know so many of you have experienced the same horrible thing. Been a challenging season. We've learned a ton. We've gotten stronger. We've focused our message. We know what to do. We have the means, and the population's ready to hear it. Finally, this is our time. Team, get ready. We're going in hot to 2021. Everybody have an awesome Thursday. Enjoy your evening. Tomorrow, things change. Cheers, everybody.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.